This violates every canon of respectable broadcasting.
How are you?
Hey, who wants to help me get this recorder out of here? I need some muscle over here.
You are listening to Blame Your Brother.
Hello, and welcome back to Blame Your Brother. We are here. We are streaming on Wednesday tonight because tomorrow is Halloween, so we didn't want to miss that family holiday. So special night tonight, but normally on Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Come hang out at blameyourbrother.tv. We stream the show live. And we, of course, are Blame Your Brother. We come to you every week. There are three of us. I am 1/3 of that trio. I am David, a.k.a. D-Brew, voice of the people, Mr. 40%, Glenn Jackson, a.k.a. the Wolfman. And I'm joined by this gentleman who sits to the left of me. It's my brother. It's Lee.
What up, everyone? It's the one and only Happy Pants, and of course, LeBron Safety Pin.
And then we got this gentleman that sits to my right. It's John.
John here, a.k.a. Tico, a.k.a. Mr. Groupon, Cold Take, Mr. PTI, the Madman.
I missed the thing, sounder, doing too much. All right, they got John Torello. He's Madman.
He's
There you go.
Madman.
You heard it. They know what it is. All right, we are Blame Your Brother. I'm David, Lee, John, and we got a great show for you tonight. I'll get it out. Too much stress going on. We have a guest coming on. Nicole Dambro.
Dave's got the nerves going on.
We believe it's Nicole Dambro, and she is in the movie Groupers. We're going to be talking to her around 8:15ish. So we're doing a lot, scrambling to make that happen for you. But that's just to let you know, if you're in the chat, hang around. It's going to be a good one. But we start the show off every week the same way. I'm done. Every week the same way. Apologies, retractions, omissions, where we apologize for things we said on last week's episode. Lee, we start with you every week. Is there anything you need to unload from last week?
I mean, I just think a lot of people like The Masked Singer.
So too, dude.
I apologize for calling it a no soul show with no sustenance. A million people have never been wrong in this country before, so how would they start now or recently or whatever?
Dude, don't apologize for that show. It's trash. And most people that like it, like John did last week, will admit it's trash. It's like eating junk food. You know it's bad for you. This, unfortunately, is like, what's a terrible candy bar that, like, you never want to eat? That's what The Masked Singer is, okay? It's crappy candy, okay? People like it. It moves units, but it's not good, and you never want to eat it, okay?
I would just hate to think that I said that, and that was someone's favorite show, and they were offended or upset by it.
Get over yourself. If you're offended that we made fun of your favorite TV show, what is the worst candy, John?
Mary Jane, that, like, little...
Oh, that's pretty bad, yeah. But I mean, like, at the store. Like, there's Snickers, Reese's, Hershey's. You know, those are your A-plus players.
Like,
okay, Kit Kats.
Mounds or something.
Mounds are terrible because I don't like coconut. But at least still got chocolate.
Almond Joy is good, but like if you're into that, you're probably going Almond Joy instead of Mounds.
I don't like. I hate coconut. It's one of the most hated things in life. So
that's super weird.
Mound and Almond Joy.
What
thumbs down.
Are you going to tell us what the worst candy bar? I don't think.
No, I don't know.
Seeks to make a bad candy bar.
Oh, there's bad ones though, man. There's like Symphony, the Symphony bar. Do you remember this bar? It was terrible. It was like bad tasting chocolate. Do you remember the Symphony bar, John?
No.
Of course you don't, because it was terrible. My mom loved it though. She got it like all the time.
Bad.
What's that?
I've been trying to lose weight, and I've been eating those Atkins bars.
Oh, yeah. That's the worst.
Those are bad.
Okay, well, The Masked Singer is the Atkins candy bar of the world. Okay, you're eating it. No one else. Well, a lot of people are eating it because they think it's gonna make them lose weight or change their life. Good one, John. John's on it, but it's not.
And just for the record, I really like those wax bottles with the liquid in it. That's weird. It's not something you would eat outside of Halloween, but it's like a little adventure. You don't know what you're getting into, and then you're eating the wax.
How do you feel about Swedish Fish, Lee?
I like Swedish Fish. They're good.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah. You not like Swedish Fish?
They're not
really.
Wait.
They're not gummy bears.
They're not my top choice now.
Bears.
Yeah, hold
That's
on.
why they call them Swedish Fish.
I would never pick them above gummy bears or Sour Patch Kids. Number one,
yeah.
Sour Patch Kids. They're way below that. But if they're somewhere, I'll eat them. That's how I look at Swedish Fish. We used to have them at Blockbuster where me and Kenny, our old friend, used to work. And we ate a lot of candy off the books, so to speak. And Swedish Fish was one of the. They had like off candy there. It was like weird.
Maybe that's where your horrible candy part.
There you go. So, anyways, that's the Masked Singer. Don't apologize for that.
No,
Instead of the whatchamacallits, they had thingamajiggers.
Whatchamacallits are good.
They are.
I would just say life is too short that if something brings you joy, you shouldn't let anyone deter you from doing it. So if you really enjoy The Masked Singer, then revel in every minute of it, okay?
From the chat.
On your own time.
Lee, you're a sicko. Okay, that says enough about
I mean, I'm willing to agree with that.
All right, so you're good.
Okay.
John, anything you mishandled last week? Maybe you like in The Masked Singer or The Big Bang?
No, I don't think that was it. I think you got something to apologize Jeff Dunham related.
Oh, you admitted your love for Mr. Dunham.
No, he said women were talking to him about Jeff Dunham.
Oh.
Yeah.
We know that's a lie, John. Just
That's
go ahead.
not a lie.
Fact check it. No one is talking to you about Jeff Dunham except that guy in the mirror. Or maybe you have a puppet that you talk to about Jeff Dunham.
Every girl that I know of that has talked about comedians at all, it's either him or no one else.
All right. Maury Probach.
Well, wait a minute.
Has the
wait
test
a
results.
minute. We
found that to be a lie.
We had 3 female comedians on the program.
I'm talking about
And they
friends.
hate
They're
it.
not really my friends.
I'm talking about
That's
people
not
that like The
someone-
Masked Singer.
Yeah. So people like The Masked Singer, Jeff Dunham, same group of
Probably
people.
same group.
Well,
I'm not disregarding.
you know,
that.
I hate
I was
feeling.
just looking for an apology, a retraction maybe, but an admitting to lie, but that's cool. You
not
don't wanna,
lying.
You don't want to come off of it?
John has weird friend circles from the chat. I don't want to come across like I'm better than everyone, but I will say
Yeah, you do.
sometimes. I do want to say I am better than anyone that likes those two things together. Like, if you like Jeff Dunham and The Masked Singer, I'm sorry. Intellectually, I'm better than you as an as a human being, okay?
Wow, I'm writing that down
You
just
don't
so
write
you
it
have
down.
a reason to apologize or retract.
Well, number
next
2,
week.
I'm not even going to be here next week, so I don't have to apologize for squat next week. I will be in France like the world traveler that I am, while you two inferior species will be here in America.
You don't know me.
The worst country in the world is voted by Lee many times over.
Oui,
So,
oui.
what's the best country in the world, Lee? Because he's not going to say America, so I'm curious.
I don't know.
Sweden,
That's a good question.
probably Vatican City.
There's probably like Atlantis or something. Some
A
mythical
real one.
place under the ocean.
Where would you want to live? You could,
Shangri-La.
Shangri-La. I like that. I like that.
You can live anywhere in the world. Where would you pick? Would you pick America or would you pick another country? Because I would pick America.
Okay.
I think we would go Canada.
I mean, I was born here, so it's hard not to pick
I
America.
was born in the USA.
It's like saying, okay, if you could live in any city, which one would you want to live in?
New York.
New
City.
York?
Yeah, New York City.
Okay, well then you're a fool for not following your dreams.
Well,
And also inferior because of it.
well, I'm too good for New York City is the problem. That's
Okay.
you forgot we circled back around to that. So a lot of lefties up there in the New York City. So,
I mean, it is a very liberal place. Yes.
yeah. So okay.
Okay.
Anyway, so good. I'm good for sure. And I stick by my statements, unlike him, Lee, who I'm pointing to, who kind of backtracked off of your opinion of the Masked Singer show.
I mean,
he didn't. He just was apologizing if he offended anybody.
Yeah,
that did.
Well, once you apologize for offending someone, you're apologizing for your beliefs, though,
well, that's
aren't you?
like
No.
your opinion,
Really?
man. Okay.
Yes.
No.
How so?
Okay. Are there Christians out there that will bash people who aren't Christian believers?
Yes.
Am I a Christian believer?
I guess, yeah.
Am I one of those people that bash people for not being a Christian?
You've never apologized to us for us not being Mormons, though.
No, I haven't.
If you came and go, I'm sorry you guys aren't Mormon, and I've talked about you've never apologized for expressing that is your belief. Once you
But there's difference from bashing. Lee was clearly bashing people last week. Yes.
Show.
Was I?
I don't think it was. I don't
Yeah.
think he was.
Both of you were.
I mean, if I was, I stick by it. But I am
was
doing it
definitely-
right
okay.
now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was definitely bashing you, John.
Yeah.
Maybe I should apologize for you. I apologize.
That's a long list of apologies right
Well,
there.
we're going to start real
Where does that
simple.
fall?
Okay, we're going to start real simple.
But
I
I mean-
apologize for bashing you for giving The Masked Singer 1.5 laugh tracks out of 5.
I do like that ranking system. I think we should rank, like candy bars, we should rank those maybe down the road with the laugh track system.
Okay.
It works for everything. It's great. So All right. Well, do we want to just jump to the guest then? Do we want to get Nicole Dambro of the movie Groupers on the line, Mr. Tech, Mr. Redneck Tech, High Tech?
Why am I the redneck?
Well,
tech?
if anyone listened to the show and they just heard us, minus the beliefs, they would think two of us are probably rednecks. You know, John's probably excluded because he's not from here. But
Are
anyway,
we gonna
I
do like
still have a southern kind of.
not like we do.
Can we go real hard on the John Boy and Bobby D or whatever?
There you go.
Ooh,
That's how we win next year's podcast of the year.
David, tell us what you got to apologize or retract this year, boy.
Here's what I want to apologize for: is Obama's administration being in my life for 4, 8 years, whatever it was. We here on the Big D and Bobby show.
There's one thing I love. It's owning libs.
Liberal tears taste good.
I love
Can you imagine someone tuning in right now? They're like, nope, I'm out. Out of Periscope. See you guys. All right,
You ever rolled coal?
let's get Nicole Dambro of the movie Groupers on the phone. We're gonna talk to her. Ooh, that's some dancing music. Hello. How's it going out there?
It's good. We got them fires, but I'm good.
Well, that's good. Yeah, the California fires are sweeping, obviously because of all this heat off the movie Groupers that you're starring in. So, you guys, but yeah, well, hopefully you're safe out there. And we kind of introduced you, Nicole. Is it Nicole Dambro? How do you say your last name?
Yep, like damn, bro.
Nice. John, who's to my right here, says with that name you could almost be an honorary member of the show just because you keep saying damn, bro. You know, blame your brother. But anyway. So yeah, we got Nicole Dambro, actress. We're going to delve into your history, which is very interesting, but star of the movie Groupers, which we'll talk about as well. But so like I said, I got Lee over here to my left, John to my right. So if they pitch in, you'll know who's who. But we'll go ahead and get started. Yep. So we got a lot of things you're going to have to defend here. So we'll go ahead and get started. All right. So you're from Florida, correct?
Yes, I am.
A lot of defense right there.
Yeah. Do you want to defend Florida real quick?
I'm from a little island town called Vero Beach on the east coast of Florida.
Uh-huh.
As you go more towards the center of Florida, that's where things get weird.
Okay.
But I love that about my state. Like, I love that my cousin goes gator hunting. Like, I love that.
There you go. Well, I guess it was defended. I mean, there's a lot of story. It stands out. People are talking about it, as they say, one way or the other. So
Exactly.
I mean, at least once a week, there's a Florida man. ... So
I just want to know, how do you hunt gator though? How does that even go down?
I have no idea. They do it at night, which is really scary. I mean, yeah, I'm not down for that. I don't do dark water. Yeah. No,
that's a good idea.
Not down for that. I do go swimming in the ocean, which is full of bull sharks where I grew up. You know, those are the ones that swim underneath the water, so you don't see them coming. So yeah, I guess escaping from sharks, mosquitoes the size of your face, alligators, Florida panthers. I mean, everything's trying to eat you. It would make anybody a little crazy, right?
Which is funny because you moved to California, which presents its own set of problems: wildfires, earthquakes, smog, all that.
The 405.
Yes, I mean traffic. Yes.
I mean, both have meth.
Yes.
So.
Okay, so speaking of Gators, you went to the University of Florida. So
yeah, go Gators.
Do you want to defend either Tim Tebow or Aaron Hernandez, if you can?
Got nothing to say about Aaron, but I'll defend Tim Tebow all day long. That man is everything that they say he is. He is just the nicest, kindest, most consistent human being across the board. He is no shade of phony. Love him. And I went to school with him.
Really?
So,
okay. Well,
yeah, that's the same era I was there. We won 4 back-to-back national championships.
There you go.
It's a good time to bleed orange and blue. Yeah, it was awesome.
Go Gators. Well, I love Tim Tebow. I've gone on record about my love for Tim Tebow, but we just had to mention it there. Now, also, speaking of keeping it in Florida in a way, you were a dancer for the Miami Heat.
Yes.
So how does
I graduated.
How does that happen? Like, what's that process like?
You audition with hundreds of other girls to make a team of 25 or less. So basically, I was very into dance in middle school and high school, and my coach was an LA Laker girl. So that was my first point of contact of, oh, you want to be in entertainment? Like, this is a person who's done it. So like, if she could do it, I can do it. And she saw that in me, and she kind of groomed me to know that if I wanted to dance professionally, that I had what it took, and if I just trained, that, she would help me figure it out. So the first step was, go to college in case you break anything and you can't dance, which I did. And then when I graduated, I was either going to move to LA and try out for the Lakers, or move to Miami to be closer to my family and everything and try out for the Heat. And that was when the Heat dancers were becoming like the it team. And so I went down there and I auditioned. The first year I didn't make it. So I had a whole another year to train and take classes. And I didn't realize that the Miami Heat, they're so stylized. Like the Laker girls are classic. They step clap. They do very like technical dancing that appeals to everyone. The Miami Heat, they do a little bit of everything, but it's like heavily influenced by hip hop and like island culture and like that southern heat and that flair,
Yeah.
So I had a lot to learn. And so I made it my second year. And luckily the second year was the year that LeBron James and Chris Bosh came to the team. We got the big three. And that was an exciting time to be on the team. I got super lucky with my timing.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if one of Lee's AKAs, his nicknames is LeBron's safety pin, LeBron James. That's his hero. That's his idol.
It's not.
No, John. Am I lying?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So
You guys can't see it,
Great.
but there's a big cardboard cutout like behind
LeBron
the screens
James.
of
Awesome.
Can you defend? Now, I don't like LeBron James. I think he's a whiny kind of crybaby diva. I don't know if you still respect. Well, he's in LA now, so he's following you around apparently. But can you defend Mr. LeBron James? Like, did you meet this guy? Was he cool? How close were you allowed to get to the players?
No. Okay. So we don't fraternize with the players. But I mean, I've been affiliated with him through the brand, sure. And I've watched him closely. And I think he's one of the greatest guys to ever play the game. Can't deny that. Guy's amazing.
True.
And then second, I love what he does philanthropically. He really puts his money where his mouth is. He opened up the school, where the kids are all, their education's paid for. He gave them bicycles. He empowers them. He takes care of their college education. I mean, what a great role model. And people who say he's whiny, come on. All athletes are whiny. They play sports for a living. Like part of the appeal of the sport is causing drama.
You're making David cry over here. I think he's having like a moment.
No,
Wouldn't you guys agree? Like, if nobody was sleeping with anybody's mom in the league, then like, come on. Like, the NBA is the soap opera for men.
It
it's
is
drama
yes.
all the time.
But I would agree with you there. But we are the era of Michael Jordan, who did not complain. He just won. He went out there. You knew little about him off the court. You've heard stories and things like that. But that's who our benchmark is. Like, we're never going to bow down and say LeBron's better than Michael Jordan. I would never say it because that's just.
I'd have a hard time saying it as well.
Okay.
I mean, come on.
But yes, but still. So we're judging him against him. But I think he is a whiner. And I think recent comments about things he doesn't know what he's talking about, I'm not a fan. But you defended him good. You're defending these people really well.
Thanks.
Now, I don't know if you can be able to defend this next person. John may step in and defend him for you. He's got bad taste. All right, so
thanks, Dave.
While you were a dancer or some point of your career, you got to dance with Mr. Worldwide Pittbull.
Yes.
Yeah, so go ahead. Can you defend Pittbull?
Oh my gosh, guys, I love Pittbull. Okay. Pittbull, you ever are you ever around a person who, when they just walk in the room, they just light it up?
Yeah, I've been around.
He is such a joy to be around. He's always happy. He's always in a good mood. He's always ready to work. He's always cracking jokes. I mean, when I would do rehearsals to perform with him, it would be like 3, 4, 5-hour tech rehearsals and a lot of standing around and stuff. And he would just always crack jokes and be in a great mood. He was never a diva about anything. He never rubbed it in anybody's face of, how successful he was or name dropped or anything. He was like everyone's dad. He's cool.
Okay.
I love him.
Let me rephrase the question. Defend Pitbull's music. How about that? Now, are you a fan of Pitbull's music?
I lived in Miami for 5 years. To say I'm not a fan of Pitbull's music is blasphemy. I understand people's, distaste towards it. It's just, there's something when a Pitbull song comes on, despite the fact that he's always saying Dale and Culo and all this other stuff about him getting over or under you, whatever. My booty just wants to move, and I can't help it. It's just like a natural physical reaction to his music as it makes you want to dance. I don't think anybody can deny that. It's just whether or not you're in the mood to full on booty drop when you're driving down the street.
So David is not a dancer, so maybe that explains his distaste for
true.
Pitbull.
Yes.
Actually, yeah, Pitbull seems like a cool guy. I'm glad to hear that he's like a legit, real cool guy.
He's
you
so
know,
cool.
behind the scenes. So I
All
think
my girlfriends dance with him on tour, and he takes care of them, like in terms of he puts them on the cover of everything, and they're always making awesome music videos. And did you see John Travolta was in his last video? John Travolta.
I missed that somehow. I don't know how I missed it, but yes, I missed John Travolta being in his recent video.
I don't know. I was excited about it. My friends got to dance with John Travolta.
Well,
It was
that's
great.
cool. That's cool. Well, okay. So one thing you don't have to defend is the movie you're in, Groupers, which we've watched
Woohoo!
and we love. And I thought you were just great. I mean, from beginning to where it ends, I mean, you really were, I say, magnetic on the screen. Your character was great. And it's a story. It's hard to really explain to people, but how would you describe it to someone to make them want to watch it? Like, what's the pitch you would give?
Okay, so it's a movie about a girl who kidnaps two high school bullies to get revenge on them for teasing her little brother for being gay. And whereas you think this girl kind of starts off as intense and evil, and you think this is going to be a horror torture movie, it's actually a dark comedy because she's got ulterior motives for it that are cavalier. The whole thing just ends up going terribly wrong because she's not a mean person and she's not capable of this. So yeah, it starts off as what you would think is a thriller with horror elements, and it turns into a hot mess dark comedy, which is exciting because you don't know what's going to happen next. It keeps you connected to what's going on in the film the whole time, keeps you interested.
They're nice. A very good pitch. I think that's very good. You may have gotten a few people in. So, I mean, in the movie, like I said, you capture these two guys. They are tied together in a weird way. So what I listened to Anderson's podcast, and he said that at one point you have this taser you use on them, and he said you had thought about actually wanting to use the taser on the boys in real life. Can you confirm that's true, and kind of what was the thought process there?
Yeah, so that is true. And the thought process behind that was we, from the very beginning, followed Anderson's lead and going a touch method in our relationships, in that, like, I didn't talk to the guys and hang out with the guys and develop a friendly rapport with them because I was going to be kidnapping them. Whereas, like, my brother, we would go out to dinner and we would hang out, and, you know, we developed that kind of bond. So, of course, if I'm going to be hurting these guys, I want them to be afraid of me. So I was just like, listen, I'm just going to tase them so they know what it feels like so that they're afraid of me every time I threaten them. And it'll be authentic.
Yeah, I mean, that is method. But you were unable to do that, though, right?
Yeah, did they take the taser from you after that?
They took it away from me. Our producer, Max, was not about it. He was, yeah.
Right, so
he doesn't mess around with that.
How big do these kids' eyes get when you mention this?
Oh, come on. They were into it.
See?
They secretly wanted to know what it was like to be tased. So they were making me look good and not like a crazy person. But I guess it was kind of an insane request to make.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know.
When in Rome.
There's been worse things in movies, I'm sure. But, yeah, so I thought that was a very interesting fact. So, yeah.
Well, wait a second. Now, would you take a tase on the other end of it, you know, just for the experience or the method acting of it?
I don't know.
Oh, well, that's a quick backtrack.
I appreciate the honesty there.
Okay.
I mean, if it was for a role and it was, maybe.
I mean, if Pittbull suggested it, probably yes, right?
No.
Tim
No.
Tebow.
Come on now.
Well, you know, at least we know where you're at with that. So, yeah. So the movie, like I said, dark comedy, it picks up. I mean, when you read the script, I talked to Anderson about this when he was on the show, but I think he had a different kind of version of your character, Meg, you play in his mind. Then he met you got cast, you kind of brought that to the role. I mean, what did you feel you had when you read the script? Who is Meg to you, I guess is basically what I'm saying. What kind of characteristics, personality did you bring to the role that weren't on the page themselves?
Well, what I really liked that Anderson wrote was that she was this grad student that kind of had a chip on her shoulder, and she was trying to prove herself and create this thesis that would blow everybody away. So that's her ulterior motive for doing this whole kidnapping thing. She just said, "Oh, we'll make it an experiment, and I'll make them sign release forms so I can't get in trouble for it, and it'll be a great way to like prove or disprove if homosexuality is a choice, you know?" And that element to her character is what made it easy for me to commit to. She's not just like a scary bad person,
Right?
you know? Me personally, I'm a Scorpio, and I'm also 5'2" and Italian.
Okay.
So I kind of always have a chip on my shoulder and a need to like prove myself, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that we had a lot in common on paper, because I was like, "Girl, I get you. You're just trying to make a name for yourself. I'm an actor. I'm just trying to make a name for myself. Like, I get it. You want to be the best." I don't know. Does that make sense at all?
Yeah. No, it makes sense to me for sure. I mean, Anderson said he knew you were kind of insane. So I'm assuming that was a compliment in the way
That's
he
what
said it.
he likes to say.
Right.
He thinks I'm crazy. I can't help that I have a crazy eyebrow with a mind of its own, so I always kind of look intense. You could see it in the poster. It just arches on its own. It does something. Yeah, he likes to tell people that I'm crazy, or that he thinks that I'm cute and crazy, and I'm flattered, but also not crazy, but doesn't make me crazy that I don't think I'm crazy.
Well, feel free to give us some dirt on Anderson here.
Some dirt on Anderson?
Yeah.
Ooh, what dirt do I have on Anderson?
Does he have crazy eyebrows, or maybe an eye twitch?
Does he have a
No,
collection
he
of
doesn't.
tasers?
No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't let me do any of this stuff. He's okay. So he's a dad. So he's like protective and stuff, and he's nurturing and kind. And him and his I went to his house this weekend because we were filming commentary for the DVD. Him and his wife have the coolest house. It is decorated with so many neat little like things, and like he knows so many people from the podcast that I guess he knows like a couple artists that make really cool things. For example, this guy made a lamp out of the hot pink gas mask that's from the poster, and gave it to him. How cool is that? They just got the coolest stuff in their house.
Does he have a cane sword?
Does he have a what sword?
A cane sword?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Who would have a
I
cane sword?
Some
That's
psycho.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's some good dirt. He's got a really cool house with really cool things. So.
I don't know. I don't have any. I don't really have any dirt on him.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, he just called you crazy. That's all. I figured you might have a volley to throw back, but I like it. Nurturing father figure. He's obviously.
Yeah, and you know that he like works at a summer camp for kids with cancer.
I know all this because I'm a huge fan of Anderson. So
Yeah.
I've been listening to this podcast. There's nothing you could probably tell me that I don't know. Like I probably know more dirt than anyone else here.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it was amazing because we had screenings all over the country before we sold the film, and I went to a couple, and they were completely sold out, and people were just. This was the third, fourth time coming to a screening, and they would fly out for these things. And it was amazing. Like, he's got such a loyal fan base that have been there with him, like, through this entire story of making this idea for the film, let alone making the film,
Right.
I'm just honored to be a part of that I got to be Meg when I'm not what he thought he was going to put as Meg.
Right.
And I went in there and I did it.
Yeah, no, you killed it. Absolutely.
Thanks.
So do we have any release dates coming out at this point, or is that still in the works?
I heard from a little bird that it might be in November.
Okay.
I'm hoping it's before Thanksgiving so I could sit around with my family at Thanksgiving and, watch a movie with 25 dick jokes.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pleasant.
A lot of those in the film for sure. Well, yeah. Well, like
Yeah.
I said, I mean, you were fantastic in it. You killed it. I could see this. I mean, you've been in other things as well. I watched Axiom, which you were in, Pitchfork, which you were in. I loved you in all those movies. I thought they were all good, based on smaller budget films. I mean, Groupers would be my favorite of all those, but I mean, I think you were funny in Pitchfork. Axiom was a trippy head rush of a movie. A lot going on in that one.
Yeah.
Did you understand that when you read it, or are you still kind of
Axiom? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I understood it.
Okay.
They kind of described it to me as like a similar upside down situation as Stranger Things, and I
Okay.
think that immediately clicks with a lot of people.
There, yeah, that is good. You make that right. Yeah, so you've been in a bunch of things. You're in what's this convention thing you're on? You're on a series, right? Or you were on a series?
Oh, yeah, it's not a convention. It's called Con, like con artist.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. There you go.
That
Well,
was the very first project I did when I moved out here. It was a TV show developed by grad students at USC School of Film, which, when you move out here, you do a lot of student film stuff. So I jumped into that, and I did that for 2 years, and we were nominated for Emmys for both seasons, which was awesome.
oh, very nice. So are you still doing that, or is that kind of done?
Oh no, that was 4 years ago.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You're moving
It was a
on.
great project to start with because it was a very similar character to Meg. She was a con artist who was kind of a lone wolf, chip on her shoulder, always like out there to be scrappy and prove herself. So kind of had that basis, for Meg coming from con.
Right. Very nice. Now, we've got some questions we must ask you before, we end this. And they're questions we ask frequently on the podcast. So hopefully you will pass my test, or we'll see. I mean, it just depends. So first off, the question we ask everyone are, I fear where this is going, but what are your thoughts on pineapple on pizza?
Not for it, ever.
Ooh, yes. Good answer. You
Not-
answered correctly.
Not for it on pizza, not for it with ham. Do not do it.
Do you know why she says that, though? We had another Italian in here, a girl
I
from
knew you
New
were going
York.
to go there.
And she also hated it as well. Now, what you will find out about that is John, who sits over here to the right of me, is Italian. His last name is Tortorello. He's from New York. And guess what? He loves pineapple on pizza. So I'm just putting that out there. I think maybe time for the Italians to vote him out is what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe there's a genetic thing, like people who don't like cilantro. Maybe there's like a genetic programming where it's kind of like, you're missing a chromosome or something and it causes you to like,
Damn,
was
bro.
that too hard? Sorry.
Don't be. We pile up on John all the time. I love that. That's great.
You never accused me of missing a chromosome.
Well, now we have. We love. Okay.
Explains so much.
All right. So what? Okay. So what? The next question we want to ask. What are your thoughts on The Mask? Are you familiar with The Masked Singer, the TV show?
I watched the first season of it.
Okay. What do you think about it? I mean, are you thumbs up or thumbs down on it?
I'm not watching the second season.
Thank you. Okay.
But I enjoyed the first season. I feel like it's only gonna get better. I like where it's going, but like I'm waiting for it.
No.
Like Dancing with the Stars, it
Yes.
took a little bit.
Yes.
She's being polite.
Ah,
She knows the
no,
show is trash.
No, no.
They may call her
she
on
said
at
it's
some
getting
point.
better, and she watched the first season.
But if she admits
Boom.
it getting better, that means it's not really good.
Not
I
necessarily.
like guessing who it is.
Oh no.
Seems to be
Boom.
the
I
thing.
That's
love
the
that.
same reason why I like it.
Why
Eat
does
it.
anyone else like the show? Is there another reason why they would like the show? Anyway.
I'm pretty sure that the show's doing pretty good. I heard that they bought the post Super Bowl slot this coming year. So, hate on it all you want. It's doing really well.
Right. Well, what about another TV show we talk about a lot, The Big Bang Theory?
Oh, love it.
Well,
If you don't like Sheldon, get out.
I don't like Sheldon, so
Hey.
I guess I got
Oh
to get
my
out.
Dave,
God.
2 out of 3
And then
ain't
Penny,
bad.
if Penny's not like one of the best female characters on TV, I love her.
Whew, that's a pretty broad statement there, but broad. It's funny.
You don't think Penny's one of the best female characters on TV?
when they're not.
She's the perfect amount of hot and snark.
John.
She wasn't always. I actually have to disagree with you on Penny. The first, 3 seasons, she was like this super sweetheart. And then all of a sudden, she got this big chip on her shoulder for the rest of the series. And,
I liked it when she got that chip on her shoulder.
Initially, she wasn't the person to play that part. They had somebody else in the original pilot, but that never actually screened. And that person had a big chip on their shoulder.
What is happening?
She kind of evolved into that person.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Well, I mean, I caught on late, so I didn't religiously watch it from the beginning. I just would tune into shows here and there. I don't watch it.
I mean, it's impossible to miss reruns now. I mean,
I wouldn't say it's
unless
impossible.
you don't have cable and you're a streaming service only kind of gal.
There you go. All right, so the last question, and we already know the answer because we looked at social media, but Lee had some hot takes about Hot Cheetos. We may give you the quote later, but anyways, do you like Hot Cheetos? Of course, right?
Are you? She's contracted not to say anything bad.
Oh,
about
okay.
Hot
So you
Cheetos.
love Hot Cheetos. They're really good. Okay, we got you there. Well,
Sure. Hot Cheetos are great.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys are aware of this since you were stalking me on social media. I had a major intestinal disease and had all kinds of surgery this year.
Yes.
So just the thought of flaming hot anything just makes me shiver, especially flaming hot Cheetos, especially from the flaming hot Cheetos dinner I went to.
Ooh. Yeah, well, at least
It's just, it's scary.
well,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that's my opinion on flaming hot Cheetos.
We'll talk about it before you leave. Then, I mean, you had surgery. You had surgery that affected your life.
Yep.
Touch on that real quick. What was that about?
So I don't talk about it a lot because I don't like to talk about being sick. What I've learned is nobody really cares. I mean, they do, but you're sick, don't bring us down with your sickness,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really scary. To keep it short, I thought that I pulled a muscle, and it turned out that I had really inflamed, oversized, stretched out intestine, large intestine on my right side where my appendix is, and it was flopping and twisting on itself, and then it caused all of my other intestines to get inflamed and start coiling and twisting, and there's no way to capture this in imaging, so doctors didn't believe me, and all of a sudden I'm bedridden and I can't do anything. I couldn't walk because I woke up every day so nauseous. It was like having vertigo. You just can't function. So I had to quit everything. I had to quit all my jobs. I couldn't walk in the grocery store. I had my groceries delivered. I could barely eat things. It took out a good chunk of my life. It was about a year and 9 months in total. And I finally got surgery because the doctors were like, well, we ran out of tests we could do. All we could do is exploratory surgery. And when they opened me up, I just woke up and I remember my mom being over the bed and being like, guess what? They found everything. You were totally right. They removed the right side of your intestine because it was a big old stretched out balloon. And then they removed the left side because it was coiling like a snake. And wow, that was a lot.
Yeah. No, that's intense. So how?
Yeah. And then I got an infection after that put me back in the hospital for a month. And then the scar tissue and abscesses from the infection put me back in the hospital where I had to get all of that tissue removed, that bad tissue.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to remove more of my intestine. And then I had complications in the hospital, had to be there for 2 weeks on IV with no food or water. And then had some kind of rupture where I had to go in for emergency surgery.
Wow.
So, yeah.
But
yeah.
But you got out of it. You're doing better now. So that's,
Yeah.
But that's wild. I don't know what the lesson is there, but I guess trust your gut, when there's something wrong with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, yes,
And
that is
good health insurance.
yeah, that's good too. So,
Yeah,
yes,
but I was healthy. I was the healthiest I've ever been. I was in the best shape of my life. Of course, coming off of dance, it gives you a complex. I worked out all the time. And I don't know if it was from food poisoning in Mexico that had long-lasting effects that caused it, or if it was congenital, I was born with too much intestine and something just went haywire. But yeah, if you know something's wrong with your body, fight to get answers and You can't just rely on the opinion of one person. And when stuff like this happens, it happens a lot of times to people out of nowhere, and you gotta be prepared for it, and you gotta,
Yeah.
help your friends who are sick, and help, your coworkers and everybody who feel like they're sick, and tell them to go get checked out.
And
I don't know what else to say about it.
Don't
It's a
drink the
lot.
water in Mexico.
Note to self: ask doctor about missing chromosome.
Yes, about pineapple on pizza.
Yeah, there you
Am
go.
I?
Well, okay, so we got groupers coming out. So where can people go to follow the progress of that? They go to the website, which is, do you know it? Groupers.
I think it's Grouper's Movie.
Yeah, groupersthemovie.com. That's where they can follow that. Now, where can they cyber stalk you at? Where can people follow you and follow your progress when you become a big Hollywood star and all that? How do they do that?
Well, for all things Groupers updates in real time, I'm posting everything to my story on Instagram, which is at the Nikki D, NIKKIDEE, and I put everything that's Groupers related into a story highlight at the top of my profile. So if you want to just look at Grouper stuff, it'll all be there. I also have one for Axiom. I have one, I don't know if I have one for A Walk with Grace, which is another film I have coming out in November. But any projects that I do, I have highlights up there. Yeah, that's my main source of keeping you guys updated. Of course, you can find me on Facebook. I have a Nicole Dambro official page. And on Twitter, it's the same as my Instagram, the Nikki D.
There you go. And you will be entertained. The stories are always great. They're funny. Like I said, you were great in the movie. I loved everything you've been in. Can't wait to see more for sure. And people need to go see Groupers. Also, go check out Axiom. And if you can find Pitchfork, go check that out. Go follow her on Instagram at the Nikki D. We'll post all that in the show notes, and so we'll get that going. So I just want to thank you so much for taking time to call in tonight. You were great. You insulted John. You're a hero in my book for
Sorry,
that.
John.
And on a side note, I just looked it up. Pineapple and ham mixed together are good for your intestines. So
Oh my God.
Wow. Where do you go with that?
I don't know where you go with that.
I have no comment on that.
Thank you. We don't either.
Thanks, John.
Yes, but you've only continued the tradition of most guests ripping on John when they come on, so you've done well on that. So yes, but thank you so much for coming on. We will be following your progress. We'll get all our people to go your way, and stay safe in California.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, guys. This was fun.
Okay, we'll talk to you later.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
There you go. So that was Nicole Dambro of the movie Groupers.
Very cool.
Very cool. Very fun. So go check that out at the Nikki D. Like I said, it's show notes. You're listening. I'll put the links up. Go follow her on Instagram. You will enjoy it. And like I said, when Groupers comes out, I can't wait for people to see it. So that was that. So what else?
Just to wrap up, the couple things I wanted to hit, the new ranking system. What style of music is Pitbull? Is it
dance?
Dance?
Yeah, I guess dance.
Hip-hop?
So what would we give Pitbull on the... Okay, so last week we came up with a new rating system. We go 1 to 5 on the laugh track scale. And we say that because John loves all shows with laugh tracks on them. And so we rate... John, just go with it.
Just run through the interview real quick.
So we go 1 to 5.
Being the best, 1 being the worst.
The interview itself?
No.
Oh,
Pitbull.
Pitbull. 1.
1.
Okay. The Miami Heat.
2, I guess. I don't care. I mean,
3.
Okay. The movie Groupers.
a 5.
5.
3.
3. Okay.
There you go. John's bringing it real.
Okay, I don't know. What
about
else?
Florida?
Florida as a whole?
Yeah.
A state?
Yeah, Florida's.
No,
you go first because you keep asking us to go first, which I find very convenient.
I mean, Florida is a known one, right?
Oh, wow.
Right.
Here's what I would say why it's not all a 1. There is Miami, there are the beaches, and it is great weather. I will give Florida a 3. If I had to pick all 50 states, it would be in the top 25.
It's literally the penis of America. Come on.
But the beaches, man, they're so great. They're the best thing in the world. Wake up, grab you a cup of coffee, sit out on deck. You got
so you're
the
giving
beach.
it 5?
I give it a 3.
3.
A 3. What about you, John?
I'll give it a 3 as well. There's a lot of bad, but those beaches make up for it.
I mean, bro, we're in Tennessee. Like, we can really talk too much at some point. I mean, people would rank us lower than
5.
Florida.
Tennessee, number 5 all the way.
Is a 5.
Oh, without a doubt.
John, Tennessee.
Not 30.
Yeah.
Belt buckle of the South,
Maybe
baby.
2.5. I mean, you're looking at a small area of Nashville. Then you got to pan out all your Republican friends are out there, voting down all things that you're for. So I don't know. It's kind of weird that you would support a state that's primarily red, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was born here, just like America.
I was born.
I have to sandwich it in there.
All right. Well, there we
Anyway.
go. So go check out Groupers of the Movie, groupersofthemovie.com. So we're working on a segment, an idea for a segment. We don't have a name for it yet. So if you have a name, you can call in on the voicemail and leave the name, or you can send it to us on social media. But our friend J. Rob, who's been on the show multiple times, is a funny guy, and him and Lee have kind of got this thing where he's gonna present a question to us, and we're gonna try to answer it. So, Lee, do you want to go ahead and play this voicemail and let's attack it?
All right, here we go. From J. Rob. Ha.
Hey guys, yesterday the head of Barstool Sports popped a bottle of champagne that he had engraved with the names of his enemies because the head of Deadspin got fired. If you had a bottle of champagne engraved with your enemies' names, who would they be? And obviously Scoop Nashville would be number one.
Oh,
but who else would you
shots
have?
fired.
Just curious. Have a good day.
Shots fired. And
Let's
pick. Okay.
pick the names for other people.
Oh, okay. Please go ahead.
Like me and you will pick one for Lee, and me and Lee will pick one for you.
Because I know mine.
I mean, okay, just go ahead and say yours before we start picking for other people.
I mean, go ahead. Who do you think one of mine would be? I mean, I've talked about it on the podcast more than once. I literally said I would fire
besides Jeff Dunham.
No,
the singer dude.
I said I would fire the guy from his radio station.
Oh, that's right.
Brent Doughboy, okay?
Yeah.
Brent Daugherty, whatever his freaking name is from whatever the show, 3HL.
104.5,
Yeah, 104.5. Then, number 2, Neil Orn, WKRN. I've talked about it in every interview we've ever done with WKRN people. So the guy blew me off years ago for a podcast interview, and I haven't gotten over it. So I've made that clear. So Brent Doughboy and Neil Orn are 2 of the people that I would pop the bottle if they got fired or removed from television. Those would be 2. I don't know how many we were supposed to list, but I know Dave Portnoy's probably got I think he's got 4 or 5. And one of the, like he said, Deadspin this week found out they can only cover sports from here on out, and they're screwed because they're not a sports blog.
Why can they only cover sports for now on?
The new management said they don't want them to cover in pop culture, which was getting them all their clicks in this day and age.
That's what I didn't even know Deadspin had sports.
Well, exactly. So they're done. So
someone had some screw you money and bought Deadspin and was like, we're going to destroy them.
Well, remember, the Gawker owns Deadspin, and the Gawker was sued by Hulk Hogan for releasing a sex tape and put them out of business.
Right.
So something happened probably along the way. So anyway, okay, so that's mine. John, do you have any off the top of your head? I mean, you can guess for Lee, or you can just give yours, which is the question.
I would guess Trump would be high on Lee's list.
Are you going to pop a bottle when Trump's out of office?
Probably will be popping a bottle, but not for any particular reason.
Because you don't like the man.
You
don't like him, you love him, which you said on a past episode.
Okay, listen. I'm not popping a bottle, but whatever. What's yours, John?
I can't really think of anybody.
J. Rob, I deliver for you, brother. Okay,
You have enemies. I'm not sure that I have.
I got enemies. Got a lot of enemies.
I thought a lot about it, and I'm like, if I were to pick someone at work, if someone from my work got fired, I would have to do the work, so that would not be good. Okay. Maybe I would need a bottle in that case. And then I was thinking about, well, what about someone that flicked me off the Dunkin' Donuts drive-through, and I'm just like, that's probably not the right.
But that's not.
either.
No. Those
that's
aren't
what I'm saying.
I had enemies when I worked at the police department. I could have given you a list of 15 people who I sometimes thought if they die, I wouldn't kill them, but I wouldn't go to the funeral and I wouldn't cry. I would be happy. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. These people were miserable, terrible people that like to inflict mental anguish on others, and they deserved a bottle popped for them. The closest thing I got right now, Brent Daugherty, maybe the Nashville scene. If it went out of business, I'd pop a damn bottle. So put the Nashville scene. I'm going to make a bottle Photoshop with all my people on it. Nashville scene's on there as well.
I think there's an issue of karma. I think for everyone that hates you, you hate someone else type thing. And I'm not sure I just have that hate in my heart.
Jason
man.
Steen said Brett Withers makes his
Brett
list. How come the
Withers.
chat's coming up with names and you guys aren't? Give
This
me
is what
one.
I'm
Okay,
telling
I'll
you. I
give
just
you
told
one.
you it's a karma issue.
One
My,
name.
my little sister's ex-husband.
Oh,
There
there
you
you
go.
go. Pop that bottle.
Pop it.
We should pop bottles on the haters every week. Pop that bottle. Come on, Lee.
This is why you have haters.
Give us one.
I am searching the memory.
Who was
banks.
his enemy
I
in
don't-
high school? What was the kid's
Dude,
name?
why-
Bates. What was his name?
We're not going
What was
to
his
the
name?
high school
Mike-
thing.
Rick Bates. What? Was it Rick Bates?
Yeah.
Okay, Rick
I'm
Bates.
not popping a bottle for Rick
Hey,
Bates.
Rick Bates.
I don't.
Oh, David May. Pop a bottle for that son of a bitch, too. Okay.
Pop, just boom, boom, boom.
All right,
popping
so
a bottle
so
for
here's
everyone.
mine. Brent Doughboy, Neil Orn, the entire Nashville scene group as a whole, as a clique, as a posse, and David May.
Okay, I will. How about the traffic calming program in Nashville? That's if that died in the waters, I would pop a bottle to that.
So entire council is what you're going after.
No, just
Pop that bottle. Pop that bottle. Brett Withers is in council, so
just the program itself.
oh, Jason's calling out all the council members. Just jump on board with them.
I don't want to
Pop the damn bottle. So, oh, Jeffrey Tortorello said, my dad, I would pop a bottle.
Actually, that's the person I was talking about.
There you
Okay,
go.
so there you go. So you better tag all these when posted. Jason, you know I'll tag them. I don't have any shame. I just need to remember to tag them. But I got enemy. I got a lot of enemies. And maybe I'll come back on future episodes, give you more people. And David May, if you're listening, you are a son of a bitch, okay? So I don't care. So do you have any answers to close it out with?
I gave you everything.
Council, entire council, and you're a relative of yours. Okay, there we go. Fantastic, boys. So that was J. Rob's question. Hopefully he'll hit us with some more questions, and we will find out what goes with those. But speaking of questions, it's time for John to answer a question in a segment we like to call Dear John.
Dear John, dear John, by the time you read these lines, I'll be gone.
All right, time for Dear John. Lee will read the email that was sent in to us. John will answer. Go.
This one comes in. Dear John, I am 19 and love my boyfriend a lot. He is very sweet and would do anything for me. However, I'm beginning to think there may be someone else. The someone else is Mel. My boyfriend has become secretive lately with his phone, and I've noticed he's followed a lot of male modeling accounts on Instagram. Should I confront him about it, or am I overthinking things? From Conflicted by Boyfriend.
I mean, first of all, I think you're a little too young to feel this intense. So take a step back, chill out a little bit. And, yeah, if he's looking at too many dudes' pictures, yeah, he's probably gay.
Wait a minute. I mean, that may be true. How dare you? This is a woman, right? This deserves a misandry alert. Because you know what? If this was flipped around.
A
let's
misandry?
Is that misandry, right?
Misandry?
Yeah.
What's a misandry?
It's the opposite of misogyny, which your wife has talked about.
Misandry. I've never.
That's legit.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It doesn't surprise us.
It's if you followed our social media, people hit us with that sometimes. But anyway, okay. If this was flipped
Okay,
around.
so let's do the other. I was
so a
a
guy writes-
19-old
Guy,
male was
okay.
infatuated with his girlfriend, and all of a sudden his girlfriend
started following female models
on Instagram.
Would that be a sign that she's gay? That's point number one. Point
Probably
number
not.
Exactly. Thank you. Sound the alert.
And I think in this instant case, I would say just because someone follows a bunch of male models on Instagram doesn't make them gay. Like,
just imagine this is saying misandry.
Misogyny alert.
Now, I'm not done.
Hold on. Like,
I'm not-
I think there's a lot of
Misogyny
dudes
alert.
that work out and they follow a bunch of like buff
Yeah,
dudes
John.
on Instagram, so
What
they
about
get
that?
workout tips and how to eat healthy and how to, lift bigger weights. I don't know.
She didn't say fitness people. She just said male model.
Okay.
There's
but-
a big
well, wait a
difference.
second. Maybe he's
Is
an
there?
attractive guy who wants to get into modeling, and maybe he's following these guys for context. So how dare you, I'm pointing to you, John, make these assumptions about this man who's done nothing wrong but been a stand-up boyfriend.
Are you gay?
No.
How many male models do you follow on Instagram? And tell the truth. I know there's a couple in
Personally,
there. Yeah.
I don't know that I follow any. Do I? I don't know. I mean, I wish I could to prove our point, but no, I don't. If I do, I don't know about it.
I think you got some homework there.
There's probably a follow back for
He has some
whatever.
homework.
But if he's not going to be a male model, Who's to say? I mean, you think she would have said that? You think, John, and you got to come with it, brother. You tell me this dude's gay.
I think he might not be out of the closet, but yeah, definitely at the very least tendencies.
Okay, so what does she need to do about that?
I mean, she should if she feels that she has a possible future with this guy, she should make sure that there's no skeletons or anything else in that closet.
Okay, but how does she do that? Because he's gonna say no. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not gonna go. Okay. Well, you got me.
This is what you do.
Okay.
You go and
ask him about this, but who's this?
No, you go and you Google male model. Okay. Instagram influencer, and you download a bunch of those pictures, and you set up a fake Instagram account, and then you follow him, start messaging him, get in his DMs, push the issue, and then you'll know.
Yeah, but if he ends up being straight and still this great guy, he's gonna dump her for being that.
That's true.
Shady.
How would he ever know if she's secretive with his phone, with her phone, as much as he's secretive with their phone? They
if
can
he's
just
that
be
secretive, she
phone
wouldn't
lovers.
know that he was following those guys.
Well, you can go on anyone's Instagram account and see who they follow.
That's true, but she's still creeping on him. So
it's her boyfriend.
But you don't creep on people's accounts.
Your boyfriend.
I don't go to my wife's account and go, "Let me see who she's following." I've never done that. Why would I do that, John? Why would you do that?
Either.
Have you done this? Have you, Lee? Have you done this?
The stalling is tells a tale.
I don't think I have.
Oh, I don't think I have.
But I should. I mean, my wife really isn't on social media too much, so
you just don't do it. But the point is, so confronting him how without setting up a catfish account, which nothing could go wrong there. Either he's not, and then you feel bad about it for the rest of your life, or he is, and then you have to tell him that you did it. So either way, you're a bad guy in the story, either internally or externally. How should she confront him without him being defensive about it? So you're saying ask how.
Just be like, oh, this guy's cool. What's he? Why? How do you know him? And go that route.
Okay.
How do you know him?
All right.
Like, why are you following him? But I mean, you can get to that line of questioning fairly easy.
All right. Well, but you're standing by. This dude's gay. 100%, as most of the chat saying he's gay. He gay. He's 100% gay. And Jason
here's the thing.
Jason says have a threesome, which of course.
If you're a 19-year-old woman and you think your boyfriend is gay, like
it's time to go, right?
That's a red. That's the biggest.
Yeah.
It doesn't. You cannot even include the Instagram stuff. That's
okay. So, but like John, ask him about who he's following and see what happens from there. So that's it. That's Dear John. All right, so that's it. If you want to contact us, there's two ways to do it like we talked about. You can send us an email, or there's more than two, but you can send us an email, bybpod@gmail.com. That's bybpod@gmail.com. Or you can leave us a voicemail by going to the website, blameyourbro.com. You can leave a voicemail directly from the website. So, or like I said, hit us up on social media if you have a question for John, or if you have something you want us to. We should maybe throw out a question for them to call in and say. So we'll say, if you want to call in this week, what is the worst candy bar you know of? How about that? If you're brave enough, call in, tell us what it is, tell us why you have that thought, and we will talk about it the next time we record. Like I said, I will not be here next week. I don't know if there's going to be a show or not. That's between Lee and John. Are we looking yes or no on that? Taking next week?
We're leaning towards no.
Okay, so probably going to be an awful week. But what you do need to do, like we talked about, you need to go follow Nicole Dambro at the Nikki D on Twitter, Instagram, or you can search her on Facebook. Be looking for Groupers the movie. Appreciate her coming on. She was great. And that's the show. So what you need to do on our end is go to our website, blameyourbro.com. That's blameyourbro.com. All the great stuff's up there. We got social media links, ways to get the podcast. We've got some great articles coming out this week. We got a TV show review for the movie Preacher from Adam Cox, and then Josh Baker is back with us, and he's doing another article called Another House Call, where he was a person that transported dead bodies around, and they're great stories. So go to the website, read those, then you can get all of our past episodes, grab the new ones. There's links on there for T-shirts. If you want to buy things on Amazon, use our Amazon link. And then, people support us. Radio Vegas Rocks, where we're streamed every Tuesday.
To second the Amazon link, Christmas is coming up.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Please do your shopping through our.
It's not even Halloween
affiliate.
yet.
But it'll be here before you know it.
It's
So
not even
if you're buying
Halloween.
early Christmas, use our link, please. It will help us out immensely. And there's a way you can even write an email to us through the website and leave that voicemail we were talking about. So your assignment this week, Blamers, tell us what the worst candy bar is. Call in and let us know. So you got all the information. Rate, review the show. Subscribe, all that fun stuff. Follow us on YouTube where you won't miss these live shows. And with all that being said, Lee, is there anything else?
Don't blame yourself when you can blame your brother.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.